All right, so it is morning. It's a little brisk morning, and tomorrow is going to be even colder. We got this cold front coming in, and it's going to be a low of 11, high of 30. They're calling for. Yeah, I thought we had made it through the winter. Not quite. You know, a few days ago it was 70. Last Sunday it was 80. So it's Tennessee, baby. That's what it does here. But we're picking up right where we left off. Part of carving is, a lot of it is doing stuff, looking at it, adjusting, seeing how everything's flowing. And with that said, obviously I'm not done with this part yet, but what I am going to do is add a little more detail, round some more stuff out. Burning it helped made a little bit more of a contrast so I could see everything a little bit better. And so my goal for the day is to get this bottom piece cut, flat cut at the right length that we need it. And then I come up with an idea to lay out the rope, and I think it's going to be a great tool. All right, well, that seems to be working a little better than I thought it was going to. And so my next step is what I think is going to help me lay out this rope the best. Now, I was at Lowe's, and maybe it's the kid in me, but I found the biggest roll of duct tape I've ever seen in my life. And for some reason I had to have it anyway, but on the way back to the shop I got to thinking, that's a pretty good thickness. So what I'm thinking about doing was taking this, wrapping it around the tree, laying out how the rope's gonna flow, make sure there's enough spacing in between everything, and then using that as like a template, and then come back in and carve it. So, never done it before. I'm gonna try it. Either way, it was a great excuse to use the thickest roll of duct tape I've ever seen in my life. This is incredible. All right, so we're making progress on the piece. Just took a break real quick, had a handful of customers stop by, and went ahead and decided to grab some lunch. So we're kind of right at where we are. The tape is working really good. I probably could have done it without it, but I thought this would lay it out nicely. So it's real rough right now, but I'm gonna spin a couple more tanks in it and start cleaning it up. But this is the idea. And with this rope and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll round everything out and give it the depth and dimension to it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so obviously we got it moved inside. I kind of felt like I hit a stopping point with the chainsaw. Some of the spots were a little tight for that bar. I could have made it work, but I wanted to really prevent myself from getting any kind of a lot of overcuts, and it'll happen. But I think at this point I'm gonna come around with the grinder and the ball bit, dig in these areas, and then right now those are hard lines, right? Not looking like a rope, but I did that on purpose, and I did that so I could roll the edges and give it a little more realistic feel to it, I guess. What I'm trying to say. But I do that a lot. So in a lot of cases I'll leave a extra material to where I could push it a little further with the chainsaw, and I still might, sometimes I get back on the chainsaw after I've hit it with the grinder for a little bit, just to see it where everything's flowing and how it's going to do. But I'll just work with the wood a little bit. So alright, so my phone's about to die. I'm going to throw it on the charger for a minute, but all I'm doing right now is coming through and sanding all this smooth. So you can see from the chainsaw, it's really rough cut. Right now, like I said, I'm just working on rounding everything out. Work my way down as I go. So that's really what's going on. I'm gonna be doing that for a while, it seems like. I did put a new grinding pad on. And some people have asked me about tools and stuff. I guess it's a good opportunity to talk about this one. Just a standard angle grinder, and then I use these Queen Spore flappy disc sanders, I guess is what they call them. Flap disc sanders, whatever it's called. You can buy these at Lowe's, Harbor Freight, any tool store. I do like the Queen Spore ones. They're a little more expensive, but they seem to last a little bit longer. And I just take my wire brush and get all the sawdust and stuff that's clogged up in them, especially in a little fresher log like this. You can see it gums up a little bit, and that's a 36 grit, so it's pretty aggressive grit on there. I like that because it allows me to move a lot more material. And so but yeah, I'm gonna let my phone charge a little bit, get grinding on this thing, and I'll touch back with y'all in a minute. Alright, so I kind of caught a vibe there for a little bit. I had some music going and just completely forgot about recording anything. And but I made a lot of progress. And we're getting towards... We're over the hump. We're not towards the end of this thing, but we're definitely over the hump now. And things are forming and coming together. And so right now, I'm just adding details into the rope. I have a couple more things I want to do with that. And then we'll just video it. So me talking about it. So it's coming together. Old Johnny Cash style, one piece at a time. So I think we made pretty good progress. Things have flowed a little bit, and again with carving there's a lot of trial and error. So I tried a few things I didn't like, figured I'd try something else. Like the way it flowed together, and then wanted to add a little more detail to it, and so I used another bit that I have that I've started using a lot. And so I'll explain why I would blow everything off. You might see it a couple times throughout the whole process. Obviously sawdust gets stuck in there in different places, and so I'm just clearing out the sawdust. But before I get ready to burn everything, I always give it a good blowing off. I'll hit it with the wire brush because that sawdust will kind of get into crevices, and what'll happen is it'll burn the sawdust, but the material underneath it won't burn. But we're getting ready to burn it, and so the burning process, what it does, a lot of people ask me this, if like even the bears, is that burned or painted? But on this particular, everything gets burned, and so what that does, gets rid of all these little like loose little fuzzy things, kind of tightens everything together. And you've seen me do it earlier. So after I burn it, it's kind of hitting everything with this wire brush. And what that's doing is just all those little frays and stuff that we burned off. Let's just get rid of those. And as I was doing this, I decided to add some highlights by adding some low lights. So there's a lot of texture I put in this rope. And I think with a little black spray paint, it's really going to show those off. So I'm actually going to do this paint, add a little stain just to the rope, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet. I think I'm just going to sand it down. I'm gonna actually stain the rope, and I really think it's gonna pull everything together. This particular stain is my favorite stain. It's made by Minwax, but it's called Ipswich Pine, and I'll tell you, it's a great neutral earthy color, and it's a great bare muzzle color. Anytime I'm painting, I'll put a coat of Ipswich Pine over it. It really pulls everything together, and so I think it's going to give us a nice rustic kind of rope look to it. Yeah. Yep. That's what I was looking for. I did add a little black spray like on top of the rope, just like an overspray. And my thought behind that was just to make it a little dirtier looking. I was trying to do that with the torch and burning it heavier, but with this wood being a little greener, it wasn't burning it like I was wanting it to. So yeah, that's gonna give us the color I was looking for in my head, and so I got a lot more to go. I guess I'm gonna call it a night. It is a little after 9, and I got the stain pretty much where I left off in the video. Not much has changed, but I did some touch-ups, and the temperature's starting to drop, so I figure it's a good time to call it a night. And I'm getting tired, so it's gonna be. It was 68 degrees today, out here sweating. Tonight it's going to be 25 with snow. And tomorrow night I think the low is 11 with snow, and then back up to the 70s again. So if you've never been to Tennessee, it gets a little funky this time of year. And so I was trying to get to a point where I could throw some clear coat on it, but it's gonna be too cold to even do that tonight. I ran out of time, and so that's part of it. Sometimes everything goes a little bit smooth, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Today I expected to have it completely done today, and I got really close, but tomorrow is gonna be the day. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this journey of changing the world one piece at a time, and I look forward to doing this some more. But I'm gonna grab my sleeping bag and call it a night here at the shop. I'm gonna wake up early and get after it, and get this video edited tonight and post it up tomorrow. So love y'all, appreciate y'all, God bless, and if you're ever over in Seville, give me a holler, stop by the shop, and I will talk to you guys soon. Yeah, until next time.